So this video right here is just going to be like a short intro and just like a message out there for people. Basically, and then I'm going to just do like the rest of it, just, I don't know, a ride back. But basically, I saw a kid riding one of these e-bikes and I saw him with no helmet on. What I want you to do is, if you have a kid and they have an e-bike, I want you to put a helmet on them, okay? The reason why I don't wear a helmet is because, well, I have this backpack on, okay? This backpack, if I land, I'm gonna end up landing more than likely on the actual bag, and instead of breaking my head, I'll break my back. It's still dangerous, but that's why I can kind of get away with not wearing a helmet. Plus, a helmet is just bulky, it gets in the way. You know, I get sweat. I'm gonna end up getting distracted by the helmet. But if you have a kid, make sure that they have a helmet on. And, you know, obviously like glasses of some kind, some goggles. The reason why I wear glasses is because I have to make sure stuff doesn't hit my face. You gotta make sure you get your kids prepared for this. You know, if they got an e-bike, they're not gonna think to go and put a helmet on it, especially if they see somebody like me riding down the street without a helmet. The reason why I can do it without a helmet is because I have a backpack on. You gotta put a helmet on your kid if they're using one of these. And it scared me when I saw a kid riding an e-bike. I'm like, oh God, I hope the parent is thinking, you know. But that's pretty much it. I might repeat it when people join the chat and ask what this is about. But besides that, it's a serious message, and I hope that people do put, you know, a helmet on their kid when they're riding these things. These are not safe to be riding for a kid. I don't even think a kid should be on one. You know, these are more dangerous than like a three-wheeler or a quad. The thing is you're riding not on dirt, and you're also going faster in a lot of cases where like anything can go wrong. I don't know. You're around traffic, all these things. So you got to make sure that your kid has a helmet on, and you got to make sure that they got like glasses on. I don't wear glasses because they're cool. I wear glasses because I have to. I kind of make it apparent with my like hacked together glasses. Like I couldn't find my glasses going out, so the ones that I can see at night, so I can't wear these at night. So I'm kind of vulnerable right now. But if your kid's going to be out on the roads, you don't have to go all out with the elbow pads and knee pads, but those are also useful. But I really don't want to be seeing, you know, 10-year-olds, 14-year-olds on an e-bike without at least a helmet. So that's the awareness message. I hope everybody got it. I hope everybody takes care of their kids, like, you know, make sure they're safe. The reason why I can get away with not wearing a helmet, like I said, I'll say it again, is because I got this bag on my back. The chance of me landing on my head is like, it's about 10-15%. When I got hit by a car, first time I didn't necessarily get thrown off, I slammed into the vehicle. The second time I got tossed off my bike and I landed into the grass, and you know, it was the impact of the actual vehicle that did most of the damage because I had a bag on my back. So I lucked out. I don't wear a helmet because I have a bag on my back and I feel kind of invulnerable to wrecks. I'm already damaged, I'm already banged up. What's another wreck gonna do to me, you know? But I want your kids to be safe. I saw a kid today, he must have been like 10 to 14, somewhere in that range, and you know, he's just riding at normal speed, maybe about 15 miles per hour, not really fast, riding it responsibly. But I was going 10 or 15 miles per hour when I got hit. So you can get hit at any time. Doesn't matter how fast you're going. But that's my public safety message for people today. If they have kids, make sure that they're wearing a helmet, please. Especially if they're on an e-bike. There's a lot of idiots on the road, and you know it. that helps people. Besides that, I'm just going to be riding back from my, doing this job. I got to go slow because I got barely any battery left. I got to put it on first gear. Got a $7 order for 12 miles, and it ended up being 14 miles. So I got 50 cents a mile plus 14. So it's basically 24 cents a mile, 25 cents a mile that I get on this, unfortunately. And it's gonna take me about 2 hours total to have completed the order entirely. So imagine, $7 for 2 hours of work. You really think I don't want an 8-hour-a-day job where I can just stand and do something? The reason why I can do this is because I'm sitting on a seat. And even this is kind of tearing away at my body. Like, I don't even want to do this. But yeah, make sure your kids are protected. Make sure that they got helmets on. I don't want to see another kid with an e-bike riding down the street without a helmet. The reason why I don't wear a helmet, first of all, is because it's going to be distracting while I'm trying to ride on very busy roadways. I'm riding amongst traffic. I got to turn my head. I gotta rely on being able to actually turn my head and definitely see what's over there to my left, what's over there to my right, what's behind me. It's because it's safer for me not to wear the helmet and actually see where I'm going or see what's behind me than to have a distraction in my face and then it flops in my face or something. But I also have the bag. Like I said, I'll just second that and conclude it. I have a bag on my back. Last time I got hit by a vehicle, I got slammed, thrown to the ground, but I landed on the bag. It messed my back up more than it did my head because it didn't even hit my head on the ground. So, thankfully. But don't let your kids out on an e-bike without a helmet. Wish me luck. I'm basically just pedaling and going slow back to the house. I thought about it today on my way out. I wanted to do a video earlier about it, but I was like, I was busy trolling people on Pump Fun, really. I saw a dude today. He said something to the effect of, make sure you take a 2x, 3x profit and get out of the coin. Like, he's telling people to rug pull. He's telling people to make sure to kill the coin after. Like, there's developers, they're not even developers anymore, they're just thieves. They're brazen about it. That was insane. Something about Pump Funds, something, or live streaming university. Like, that's the coin that he's making. So if you see a Pump Fund something university, then basically that's the dude, apparently. And he told his audience on the live stream to get the 2x, 3x, and get out. He's coaching the people, he's coaching his audience to rug pull, to dump the coin, pump and dump it. That's illegal. You're not supposed to be doing that, especially not coaching people. Like, you're not supposed to be doing the dump, the rug, the pump and dump. All these pump and dumps, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's why I hold. I end up holding, and I'll give it an hour. And if it's dead, then it's dead. If it doesn't die, then it doesn't die. And I can pull out with some kind of, with a little bit of self-respect, But these coins, 99.9% of the time, not even 95, 99.9% of the time, they are rug pulling. It's because you got these people that are coaching rug pulls. But yeah, if you guys are wondering about where I started the video off, go ahead and, go. If you guys are curious about what the video is, just rewind. If you can rewind. Tell me if you can't rewind. If you can't rewind, I want to know. people that are trained. They can go off road, they can go on road and do all kinds of crazy stunts. They're trained, but just don't let your kid out without a freaking helmet on his head. Don't look at me as an example of, oh, it should be safe enough. It's not. It's not safe. I have a bag on. That's why I can do it. If a helmet didn't get in my way, when I was trying to pay attention to traffic and everything else, if a helmet wasn't in my way, then I would use a helmet. Like I suggest using knee pads and everything else. That's if I had knee pads on, I wouldn't have a busted, like totally busted knee. After I got hit, I wouldn't, my back would have still been up, but that impact against my knee wouldn't have happened. Yeah, it feels silly. You think you look silly, but it doesn't look silly to me when I'm out there. I'm like, I see all kinds of old people putting a helmet on, knee pads on. I respect them. Protect your body. You don't have to be cool, man, to go and risk your life, risk not being able to walk again. You'd be sitting there like, oh, it's cool, man. I look cool without the pads on. Well, you're not gonna look cool when you can't walk. So protect your knees, protect your elbows, protect your head. I'm not trying to be a badass by not wearing a helmet. I wish I could wear a helmet. The reason why I wear a bandana half the time is because I got long hair. Why do I got long hair? To keep the bugs out of my freaking hand, away from my neck, and to keep the bandana on to keep the bugs out of my hair to begin with. So when I'm standing around, I let my hair a little bit, it just kind of lays, it falls down and it just hits my neck. Protects me from bugs at night. There's reasons why I do things. It's not just a fashion statement. Miles in this road. Other precautions that I take. I watch out for traffic before I go into the road. You know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of things that you need to know when you get out there. You don't want to go out, especially as a young person. You don't want to be out there without a helmet. I don't want to feel like I inspired some kid and then he's like, "Oh man, mom, can I get an e-bike?" And then you don't get him a helmet and then he hurts himself. I don't want any of that. That's what bothers me about seeing the kid with no helmet on a bike a lot, because I feel like I might inspire some mom or some dad to go and get their kid a bike, and the next thing you know, they hurt themselves. Don't let that happen. What I do is dangerous. I know that if I crash going 45 miles per hour and I smash my head into something, I'm dead. Right now on the road that's best known for going to Daytona Beach. You go down this road until you hit Route 4. It's the most dangerous road in like Florida besides actual Route 4. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm in a dangerous spot. I'm always doing dangerous things. It looks fun. It looks nice. Easy, calm, cool. But I am on a very dangerous road a lot of times. Notice 46 East. What's insane is I haven't been hit on this road. I never got hit on this road. I got hit on a back road, completely in a different city too. This is where I don't go into the middle of the road at all. Like I gotta dodge any sort of nail that might be hitting or something. If I'm going slow like this, I always have to check behind me, see how many cars are coming. Got 2.5 miles to this left. And this is like, this note is 437, but it's like, it goes into 46. High volume of crashes happens on 46. He's going to their tourist destination. You can reach Route 4 from, it's like, there's Route 4 is like, it's like 46 goes one way and then you can reach Route 4 that way and then, I don't know, it's just like, there's two roads that are more dangerous than most. And it's like, you got Route 1, then you got Route 4, then you got Route 46, because everybody's going down that road to get to Daytona Beach. And I forget if you, yeah, I think you can get on Route 4. I haven't been down there for so long, but I think you can get on Route 4 from 46. that road. I'm not on 46. I'm on 437. It still travels into, like, it trails into voices. That's interesting. I had like 30 people jump on, and all at once they got like the notification. I got one like. I'm surrounded by trolls, guaranteed. And what's sad is you're all talking in a little room behind my back right now. Chat room where you're talking about me for a moment. A bunch of Nazis watching me. I'm gonna take notes and post them on the web and learn more, crowdsource information. That's Nazi shit. There's also Russian stuff too. Russians do that too. I did say about 8 years ago, those who collect everybody's data is going to rule the world. So it doesn't surprise me that people are doing it. It's been going on for the last, in the mainstream, it's been going on for probably about 8 years. Ever since I gave retards the idea to do it. They can't come up with this shit themselves. Oh, no, I am on 44. It's 44 now. I thought I was on 437. So I'm taking the right. All I know is the 12 got this Circle K to get back to it's been hours. I've had a cigarette in like 8 hours. Eyeballs are like tweaking. Because I am. I got up on this cigarette. I'll read your comments in a few minutes. Do you get any fights on that bike? No. There was one time somebody came up to, oh, actually, yeah, a couple of times. Now that I think of it. Yeah, it was one time I chased somebody down one. Like they were in an SUV and they threatened me. Like they freaking swerved at me and they tried to escape me and they were going fucking like 40 miles per hour through residential places to get away from me. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I find, I catch up to him. I get the dude out of his vehicle and he smelled like alcohol. He didn't want to fight. Two like 25-year-olds probably. Yeah, I know you're like little bugs. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna turn off my navigation so I don't need it. What's the funniest thing I've heard today? $2058 treaty Antarctica? I'm gonna look that up. Never heard anything about that. What's that about? Put it in the comments. What is that? I'm throwing my pockets. I gotta travel 2 more counties over. I gotta go all the way to Holman.
Alright, the one that you're
I'm ready to check out. Get 1 pack of all the red 100. Red 100. Yep.
not too much.
I don't know why people buy shorts. It's like wasting money.
I'm not the
The
one.
same
I'm
price,
not the
yeah.
one smoking them, so.
But think of that. It's the same price as shorts. Why?
Sorry, my preferred.
I know we're in the circle.
They forget how big it is.
I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Yeah, I appreciate it. World Treaty, early 1800s, off limits to everyone, has resources that the rest of the planet. Yeah, I know that, but I never heard anything about like 2058 treaty. What's that about? I have to look that up. They need to take taxes off of cigarettes. It's ridiculous, man. The amount of tax I paid on packs of cigarettes, it far exceeds any sort of medical bill I've ever had. And any medical bill I'm going to have. It's like they're not going to be paying for my funeral. Why the hell am I paying them this much tax? It ends in 2058? thought, yeah. Okay. That's interesting. It's gonna add sooner than that, dude. You're not gonna have we're not gonna have like electricity and stuff. We're not gonna have regular society as we know it today for that much longer. You got to think of it. This is an unsustainable situation. The world population is dying. People don't even have farms in their backyard. You know, I was talking about this before, is the fact that wild vegetables and stuff that they don't grow anymore. The world is unsustainable, and the younger generation is unemployable. You got the good ones. The good ones are out there. There's good ones out there that will do good work, but they're far and few in between. They're really good at it. Like the people that can be productive members of society, they're almost like cave dwellers. Like that's another problem we got going on right now, is that the community is broken. Nobody wants to deal with each other. And, you know, I'm guilty of it too. I don't talk to people. They have to stop calling that THC drinks, because that's not actual THC. It's cannabis, right? Like, if that was THC drinks, like, dude, give me one. Yeah, so what I was saying before is that one thing that people that have the time or have the resources to do and know botany, they have botany skills, they can go out and just grow vegetables, be like Johnny Appleseed, but with squash, with lettuce. And the whole thing is, you're not supposed to eat it. The whole thing is just make a sustainable supply of crops out there, so that they'll seed, and you can go and grab those seeds at some point once the plant has exploded. And you don't put a plantation out there. We don't put fertilizer down. You just toss a couple seeds in the right spot, in the right environment. I think that's one thing that Trump could do that would it would put all the green fuckers to shame. Oh, we care about green this, green that. All you're doing is planting trees everywhere. We need vegetables. We need food. They want to get rid of the cows, but they're not planting vegetables. It's a big grift. Weed's legal? Nah, it's not here. It's not in Florida. It's not legal here. Once it's legal, my life will completely change. I might even go live out in the woods. My life will completely do a upward motion to something that's more self-sustainable, actually sustainable. I wouldn't need contact with people anymore. Because that's what's held me in this kind of death grip of having to talk to people. Is that I need weed. Not weed, but I smoke vapes. It turned me into a slave. I can't even find it in a store. I gotta buy gas station shit. It's okay, well, you can find the right stuff, but it's just not as good as the real thing. Where at? Ontario. Hell yeah. It's where it's well, actually not hell yeah, it's Canada. That sucks. That's terrible. But I know that there's different regions in Canada. I was talking to a Canadian that was in Alberta, I think. it was like, she was explaining it to me. There's like different provinces and they have different rules in different areas. So I guess it depends on where you live in Canada. Free land. Imagine that. I don't even want to leave Florida though. It's too nice here. Like the weather's too nice here. I'm thinking about voting for Sabatini for governor so they can, or whatever, the Senate I think it is. So, you know, because he's a conservationist. I'd like to see the development stop in Florida. This is too much. There's too much shit going on. I'm sick of riding over people's nails. But on top of that, there's like an existential kind of fear that I have, which isn't existential. It's like, I worry about earthquakes. You start building huge building, start putting huge infrastructure in Florida, the more infrastructure that you have in a place with high-rise buildings, the more vulnerable it is to an earthquake. That is the scariest thing to me, is an earthquake. Florida doesn't get hit by earthquakes generally. I don't even know the last time we've even had an earthquake. I don't think I felt it. But yeah, this video, by the way, it was about, you know, a public statement, a public safety statement kind of thing for your kids. If you have a kid, make sure if they have an e-bike, if you do get them an e-bike, make sure they have a helmet on. Don't feel inspired to get your kid an e-bike and then be like, he doesn't need a helmet. Look, he don't have to wear a helmet. No. Put a helmet on. And the only reason why I don't wear a helmet is because if I fall, I'll land on my back. My back's broke. My back, it's already broken, but my back will break, not my head. And if you can get them to agree with it, get them some cool looking knee pads and elbow pads too. But I saw a kid earlier today not wearing a helmet, and I was like, ah. So I feel like that's a public statement I gotta make, like something that everybody needs to kind of talk about for a minute. You know, what I was explaining before is that they think they might look silly, but you're gonna look a lot sillier when you can't walk and talk, you know? I was able to finally get out of bed today. I was like all weekend, my back just didn't want to give way. I'm so tired. What else can we talk about? Hospital lady gives it out for free. Hell yeah, dude, that's sweet. So I think a good thing Trump could do to really show up these green lunatics that think, oh, you know, let's save the environment, is to grow vegetables out in the middle of nowhere. Just literally just plant them everywhere. And put a sign up next to them. Be like, these are not edible, just so that people won't eat them. And it's not because, oh, we don't want people to, you know, use up the resources or something. It's about, you don't know if they're safe. They're on a random portion of land. If anything, they're going to be good for using as seeds. A seed dispensary. Sweet. I think I could go really fast now and get right to the house. I got 58 volts. It's usually exactly what I need to get from here to there. So I saved my battery up until now, and I can use like the rest of it. And I can use my glasses. on the main road instead. Main part of the road. So I'm not getting a flat tire. Welcome. So rewinding the beginning of the video. Whoa, this is kind of cool. Oh, dude. Nah. Look at that. Okay, cool angle. About to go green. Bartholomew! I'll be ending the stream soon, so. I hope my message really stands strong and you guys actually understand it. If you got a kid, make sure they got a helmet on when they're using an e-bike. Once again, I want to really make it apparent, right? But you forget. So you see my bag. If I fall onto my back, I am not smashing my head. If anything, I'll get some whiplash. But if I fall, then what will happen is I will land on the bag and do a little tumble. Okay. Gotta make sure your kids have a helmet on. They don't have this kind of a bag on. So that's what this video is about. I hope it helped. Make sure your kids are safe while they're using that e-bike if they do. I saw a kid today wearing no helmet on an e-bike. It really bothered me. That's why I made this video. Have a good day, guys. Thank you for joining.